Hello, everybody. Matt from Just Stack It. And today we are going to talk about what's on the table here, how to upgrade your stack for free. Seems too good to be true, but it's actually quite simple. When you go to your local coin shop or wherever you buy your bullion, the first place that you need to go is to the generic silver bin. Usually these are like 1 ounce. Sometimes different shops might include larger bars and things in this area, but most of the ones that I go to, it is pretty limited to just 1 ounce rounds and bars of different types. But what you're going to look for, and you need to have a discerning eye, sort out all the buffaloes, and then look at the pieces that are left. Things like these Johnson Matthey bars. I found these in a generic silver bin, and they're still in the lollipop. These vintage pieces here, I don't even know who made this one. It's like a seated Liberty design. It's older though, doesn't have a year. I've never seen one. Usually, if you don't see it often or you're not aware of it, it's probably going to be a vintage piece that is, of course, out of production. So here we have a trade unit. These were really popular back in the day, and this one's from the assay office in San Francisco. You see a lot of these bars and different things out there, but look at the toning on this one. It's just a great pickup. The other thing that you can look for are things like this. This is an original Geiger, still in the plastic. I got that in a generic bin. It just amazes me. If you look what you can find, some of these bars here, I looked these up at one time, National Refiners and Assayers. It does have a serial number on it, blank back. And then here's another one, Bullion Equity. I want to say they're Canadian. I want to. Again, I looked it up at one point. Safe to say, I don't believe they're in business anymore. Yeah, product of Canada. And so things like these vintage bars can have a value above and beyond their generic silver value. But a lot of shops don't take the time and effort to discern between things like this. Here's a Big Ben bar, United States Silver Corporation. These are probably some kind of set that, they put out at some point, but this one is in good shape, still in a plastic flip, and how can you really pass this up? They're not making these today. That'll go for a slight premium. Things like these are just Provident, I believe, minted by Silvertown. They're a prospector, not an Engelhard prospector, but this specific one is no longer in mintage. They've actually changed the reverse on them for the current ones, so you can't get these anymore. Found those in a generic bin. And I know what everyone's asking about, what you're staring at in the center of the table. Matt, why do you have a 10-ounce Engelhard bar in here? Well, that is because at one of my local shops, I believe somewhere over the summer, I actually found a 10-ounce Engelhard bar for generic prices at this specific shop. I know it was hard for me to believe too. Best believe I grabbed that thing up and got out of there as soon as possible before they realized their mistake. And then with that specific bar, I was just really getting into pouring. So I actually offered it up. Nobody took me up on it to trade for silver directly so I could melt it. So what I did was I sold it on eBay for a profit, took a little hit with the fees, but still came out ahead and was able to buy my silver shot to begin pouring. Things like this Liberty Lobby, it's only going to fetch a couple of dollars over what generic would, but you're just not going to see these anymore. That's a 1980. Not exactly rare, it's in good condition, but this is the type of stuff that you need to look for when you're looking through your generic silver. And yes, I have one of my buttons here. There's a reason for that. I have seen, now I don't know who poured them. Maybe it was somebody practicing, they just wanted to sell some silver, so they sold their poured pieces. Not sure, but I have seen generic poured pieces in the bins as well. If someone comes in and sells it, it's a no-name pour, something like myself, and it's not really going to fetch a premium. It's not Reckless Metals quality stuff. Those things can end up either getting melted by the shop, or if they want to take a gamble, they'll put them in the generic bins as well. So you really need to look around, become familiar with what's normal as far as generic silver. We see a lot of the stuff all the time anyways, and anything that sticks out is always what I pick up when I'm looking through the generic bin, because then you get to come home, research it, and find out more about the exact piece that you got. And in a lot of cases, not all of these included, this is just what I could grab quickly, I found Engelhard prospectors in the generic bin. Some shops just don't discern between premium vintage silver and generic silver, unless it's like government minted bullion like an eagle or a maple or something of that nature. Those are the only ones they really assign a premium to. Anything that is just generic bullion gets thrown into that bin. So this is my tip for you in 2024. Go through those bins a little closer. Look for the oddities. Anything with a good amount of toning on it like this, you can bet is old, but not always. Sometimes you get lucky and you find the shiny still in a lollipop. So tell me in the comments if you've ever found a really good deal or something special in your generic silver bin at one of your local coin shops, and tell us about that find. I appreciate everyone's time and attention. Thank you all very much for watching. It is Christmas Eve now. It will be Christmas tomorrow. I will see you all in the Christmas stream. We will be giving away a good amount of poured silver pieces, so I am excited for that. I will see you all there. If I don't talk to you then, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2024.